Welcome back to Dodo Crypto. Welcome back, guys. You're back here on the channel. You're back here with me, your host. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin Cash. It looks like there's some news articles circulating on the internet. Bitcoin Cash can reach 200 or 25K this cycle, says market expert. Why BCH whales are loading up on Pepe Dollar and Bitcoin Cash. So we already read this. I read this, and this article is really just a load of dog shit, really. A lot of times these articles, guys, they'll take a coin that's doing very well, like BCH right now. It's hitting over 600 US dollars and not coming down, it doesn't look like. But then they try to insert this new ICO meme token to try to make it look like there's a correlation between two of these coins, and there's not. There's Bitcoin Cash, and then there's everything else. So, it's kind of nice to see that articles are circulating on the internet that include Bitcoin Cash in a bullish position. But, Pepe Dollar has nothing to do with Bitcoin Cash. It never has, never will, never can, right? So, just wanted to kind of enlighten you guys. There are some articles circulating that are putting Bitcoin Cash on the radar. But as far as the chart, we have something interesting to explore in this video. We are looking at right here. This is a chart of Bitcoin Cash from June of 2023, with Ethereum being the peg against this graph, right? It's not dollars. I do not have dollars pulled up here on this graph. What I have for you is something to look at. It is the graph of Bitcoin Cash versus the price of one Ethereum. And what does this mean? Well, there's been a lot of talk in the Bitcoin Cash community, we've been talking about it at least here on the channel, that this coin is not really being pushed as high as it's going to go yet because of a couple different data points we're looking at here. Bitcoin Cash, if we look at this chart, this is a chart from June 2023 all the way to present. And as you can see, there's been a couple big moves on Bitcoin Cash price that will cause it to go much higher. Like, look at this one right here, February 19th to 2024. Well, that's ironic. This is where the biggest jump on Bitcoin Cash was for the rest of the market. And look at this. Look at that. Look at that little, it looks like nothing. It looks like a little dip, right? But this is the same day or the same month that Bitcoin Cash exploded up to from like $200 all the way up to almost 700 US dollars. And look at this. It went down in terms of price action against Ethereum, and then it exploded the next month as it dropped. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic? Isn't the biggest jump on dollars was right here, right? And it was like nothing. It was literally like nothing on terms of the price of Ethereum. But the next following month, when everybody started jumping ship, right? Jumping ship, literally, like all the Bitcoin Cash people that came in on that rise up in December of 2023 into January of 2024, they all jumped ship by March. And what do we know? We jumped up parabolically against Ethereum, doubling, literally doubling, over 100% gain in terms of Ethereum. And that's kind of ironic, right? And then the entire market kind of went down, right? I'm giving you a timeline here. We went down in the summer of last year. Crypto prices were kind of boring. They were flat. They didn't really go up too much. And then we started seeing an increased price in Bitcoin. Remember, guys, we're not looking at dollars. We're looking at Ethereum price against Big Daddy Bitcoin Cash. And then we went up again, right? This is the next leg up, right? Look how small this is in terms of Ethereum. Look how tiny this is. This jump is literally so freaking tiny. And then after that rally, right, when all the altcoins rallied at the end of 2024 into January, look at the dip. Look how tiny that dip is. It's like nothing. And then look, once again, we exploded again in terms of Ethereum price. Literally exploded, guys. We're talking about 100% gain. We're not talking about like a little 20% gain. We're at 0.12 and we went to 0.20, almost 0.21. So that is literally 100% gain. I just want you guys to notice, what we've been talking about here on the channel recently is like once the Ethereum price, in which you guys are starting to find out, starts happening, we're starting to see the explosive price action in a variety of these altcoins that we are betting here on the channel that are going to return probably anywhere from 10 to 20x. And that is actually what is being what's occurring right now. We're actually seeing this right now. And I would go as far to tell you that if we explode again up, right, that's going to put Bitcoin Cash at about 1,300 US dollars, right? Just if we come back up here, right? If we come back up here with the trajectory of this graph, guys, because we have three big timelines here. Right here, the explosion where Bitcoin Cash went from 80 to 300 US dollars. Again, we're looking at it in terms of Ethereum. The little dip we saw right here in terms of the price. Look at that. Look how small it is. So the bigger jumps, guys, are not. Once Ethereum explodes up, guys, let me just sum it up. Once the explosive action happens on Ethereum and Ethereum levels out slightly, I'm betting that Bitcoin Cash will explode once Ethereum settles down, right? Explosive action on Ethereum, which we're occurring right now. I think Ethereum is going to go probably over 5,000, 6,000 US dollars. Hell, it might go to 10. That calms down a little bit. Bitcoin Cash rallies up 1 to 200%. At that point, we're sitting at basically $2,100, anywhere from 16 to 2,100 US dollars. And then we'll have to see what happens, because then we don't really know what's going to happen. Is Bitcoin dominance going to drop down? And then the altcoin's really going to take a big jump up? That we don't know, but we do know that this is the trajectory we're looking at. This is what we're betting on here on the channel in terms of price, in terms of Bitcoin Cash, because that's what the chart shows. All right? So we'll catch you guys later, guys. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. Go back and watch some of the videos we've been posting, because we do believe here on the channel that once Ethereum starts running, we can get a lot of explosive price action to the upside in terms of some of these altcoins. All right? We'll talk to you soon. Drop it in the comments, guys, and let me know.